Welcome to the channel dedicated to education, sharing wisdom of GCR news to projects and current news. If you're new here, you're in for a journey to expand your knowledge, bring you closer to understanding the complex our new world. For those returning, we're grateful for your continued support. Before we dive into the topics, we have a small favor to ask. If you find value in the knowledge shared in this, please consider hitting that button, subscribing to our channel. And by clicking the bell icon, you never miss a video. We'd also love to hear from you, so please engage with comments. Thank you. The global financial system is like a house of cards, teetering on the edge of collapse. Decades of reckless spending, manipulation, and unsustainable debt have brought us to this precipice. Central banks print money with abandon, creating artificial bubbles in the markets. Currencies fluctuate wildly, eroding the value of our savings. The gap between the rich and the poor widens, fueling social unrest and instability. It's clear, the old system is broken. We need a fundamental reset, a global currency reset, to avert disaster and create a fairer, more sustainable future. This isn't just about economics, it's about our collective well-being. A GCR offers a chance to rewrite the rules, to break free from the shackles of a system designed to benefit the few at the expense of the many. It's a chance to create a world where prosperity is shared, where currencies hold real value, and where financial security is within everyone's reach. The journey won't be easy. Powerful forces will resist change. But the potential rewards are immense. The GCR represents a beacon of hope, a chance to build a better tomorrow. It's a future worth fighting for. For years, currencies have been manipulated, their values artificially inflated or deflated to serve the interests of the powerful. This has created massive imbalances in the global economy. The GCR seeks to correct these distortions through a one-time revaluation of national currencies. Imagine a world where currencies are no longer subject to the whims of speculation and manipulation. A world where exchange rates reflect the true economic strength and potential of nations. This is the promise of currency revaluation. This process will inevitably create winners and losers in the short term. Some currencies, long undervalued, will experience significant appreciation. Others, artificially propped up, may face a period of adjustment. However, the long-term benefits of a level playing field, where currencies reflect genuine economic fundamentals, far outweigh any short-term volatility. The era of fiat currency, money printed without any tangible backing, is coming to an end. The GCR envisions a return to a system where currencies are backed by real, tangible assets. This could include gold, silver, oil, or other commodities, ensuring that money has intrinsic value. Imagine holding a currency that represents something tangible, something real, a currency that cannot be printed into oblivion, a currency that holds its value over time. This is the promise of asset-backed currencies. This shift would bring much-needed stability to the global financial system. No longer would currencies be subject to the inflationary whims of central bankers. Instead, they would be tethered to the tangible value of real assets, providing a solid foundation for economic growth and prosperity. The GCR goes beyond simply resetting currencies. It seeks to build an entirely new financial system from the ground up. This new system, often referred to as the quantum financial system, leverages cutting-edge technology like blockchain and quantum computing to create a transparent, secure, and efficient financial infrastructure. Imagine a financial system free from the control of central banks, a system that is impervious to fraud and manipulation, a system that operates with lightning-fast speed and efficiency, empowering individuals and businesses alike. The QFS has the potential to revolutionize the way we think about and interact with money. It promises to democratize finance, giving individuals greater control over their assets and enabling faster, cheaper, and more secure transactions across borders. Section 5. Breaking the Chains. The End of Petrodollar Dominance. Since the end of World War II, the US dollar has reigned supreme as the global reserve currency. This dominance, largely based on the petrodollar system, where oil is traded primarily in US dollars, has given the US an unfair advantage in the global economy. The global currency reset seeks to break the shackles of petrodollar hegemony. By allowing for a more diversified basket of currencies in global trade, including gold and other commodities, the GCR aims to level the playing field. This would reduce the US's ability to manipulate the global financial system to its advantage and create a more equitable and multipolar economic order. This shift would have profound geopolitical implications, potentially diminishing the influence of the US on the world stage and empowering emerging economies to play a greater role in shaping the global financial order. Section 6. A clean slate, debt forgiveness and economic renewal. The world is drowning in debt. Governments, businesses, and individuals are struggling under the weight of unsustainable debt burdens. This crippling debt acts as a drag on economic growth, stifling innovation and preventing prosperity. The GCR proposes a radical solution: debt forgiveness. By wiping the slate clean, or at least significantly reducing global debt levels, the GCR aims to free up resources for investment, job creation, and economic development. This debt jubilee would be a lifeline for struggling economies, allowing them to break free from the shackles of debt servitude and chart a new course towards sustainable growth and prosperity. Section 7. Reshaping the financial landscape. Global institutions in transition. The GCR necessitates a fundamental restructuring of global financial institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. These institutions, often criticized for their opaque practices and bias towards Western interests, need to be reformed to reflect the changing realities of a multipolar world. Imagine institutions that prioritize fairness, transparency, and accountability. Institutions that work for the benefit of all nations, not just a select few. This is the vision for a reformed global financial order. This restructuring would involve giving greater voice and representation to emerging economies, ensuring that decision-making power is more evenly distributed and reflects the diversity of the global community. Section 8. A new dawn: Brics and the rise of alternative powerhouses. The GCR is closely intertwined with the rise of Brics, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and other economic blocs. These nations, with their vast populations and growing economic might, are challenging the traditional Western-dominated financial order. The Brics nations, along with other like-minded countries, are actively working to create alternative financial institutions and payment systems that operate outside the purview of the US dollar. This includes the New Development Bank and the Contingent Reserve Arrangement, which aim to provide developing nations with alternatives to the IMF and the World Bank. The GCR could accelerate this shift towards a more multipolar world, empowering these emerging economies to play a greater role in shaping the global financial system and creating a more equitable balance of power. Section 9. A human touch: humanitarian aid and wealth redistribution. The GCR is not just about economics, it's about creating a fairer and more just world for all. Central to this vision is the concept of wealth redistribution. The vast wealth inequality that plagues the planet is unsustainable and morally reprehensible. The GCR envisions a world where a portion of the world's wealth is redirected towards humanitarian aid, poverty eradication, and sustainable development projects. This could involve the creation of a global wealth tax, the forgiveness of debts owed by developing nations, or other innovative mechanisms to ensure that the benefits of the GCR are shared more equitably. This focus on humanitarian aid and wealth redistribution would represent a fundamental shift in priorities, placing human well-being at the heart of the new financial system. Section 10. A fairer system: taxation and common law reform. The GCR requires a fundamental rethink of taxation and legal frameworks. The current system, riddled with loopholes and complexities, often favors the wealthy and well-connected. Tax havens, shell corporations, and intricate legal structures allow individuals and corporations to shirk their fair share of taxes, depriving governments of much-needed revenue. The GCR calls for a simplification of tax codes, the closure of tax loopholes, and a crackdown on tax evasion. This would ensure that everyone, regardless of their wealth or status, contributes fairly to the common good. Furthermore, the GCR envisions a shift towards common law systems, which are based on precedent and judicial interpretation, rather than rigid statutory codes. Common law systems are seen as more adaptable and responsive to changing circumstances, making them better suited to navigate the complexities of a rapidly evolving global economy. Section 11. A brighter future, towards a more equitable and stable world. The global currency reset represents a bold vision for a more equitable and stable world. It's a recognition that the current financial system is broken and unsustainable. It's a call to action to create a system that works for everyone, not just a privileged few. The road ahead will be challenging. Powerful forces will resist change. But the potential rewards are immense. A world free from debt slavery, a world where currencies hold real value, a world where prosperity is shared by all. This is the promise of the GCR. It's a future worth fighting for. The GCR is not a magic bullet. It won't solve all the world's problems overnight. But it represents a fundamental shift in thinking, a recognition that we can and must do better. It's a chance to build a future where economic justice and opportunity are available to all. The small gesture allows us to continue bringing you more seeds of wisdom messages. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it insightful, please like the video if you haven't already. Also, be sure to visit seedsofwisdomteam.com to sign up for our newsletters.